I'm late. Come on, y'all. What's new? Hello. Hello, nosy or inquisitive. Hi, you guys. Like, Steph, why you always late? I don't know. I was on the phone twisting my hair. Welcome to the Nosy Bystanders After Show. I don't know where my other glasses are, so this is what you'll get today, okay? Also, can you guys hear me? Hold on one second. There we go. There we go. Hello. Hello. It's like right in my face. Hold on. Can you guys hear me? Hello. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Hello. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay, you can. Okay. Now, let me clean my glasses off. Hello, where's the tea? Hello, April. Hello, Sophia. Hello, Pity. Hello, Adrian, Sharon, Francis, Kim, Brenda, Courtney, Yolanda, Rendell, Sean, Mrs. Figs, Nosy or Inquisitive, Denise Locke. What's up? Welcome to Nosy Bystanders After Show. Oh, it's still daytime, so to the Today Show. Y'all, I gotta finish twisting my hair. I'm not about to be doing the show looking ghetto. So I'm almost done. I like to do it like this sometimes, not for a protective style, but just so it doesn't keep breaking off. So, what's up? Like, you just smash that like button when you walk into the building. Okay, smash that like button. I got stuff everywhere. I forgot. I wasn't prepared. I was on the phone. Hold on one second. Okay. Big news. I'm gonna do a series on it. But I do got some news for you. Hey, Steph, like this. Hit that like button when you enter the building. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Kevin Hart. We're talking about Kevin Hart. I will put some. I guess I could put something on the screen. I do have a screenshot for y'all. I know. Usually I don't, but today I do. Let's see. Do I got a blank panel? I do. Do I have a screenshot? Hold on. Let me check. Do I? Where is it? Okay, hold on. I don't have a screenshot. Hold on. Darn it. Hold on, I do. It's from court today. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me all right, you're gonna hear some beeping and some thuds. Okay, here it is. So you're not gonna see my face. It's gonna be small, but I'll read it to you, okay? So don't fret not. Hold on. Chapstick. Okay, here we go. Here's the screen. Let's scoot over here. So this right here. So this right here comes from the Los Angeles County Superior Court. Now, on your side of the screen, it looks like a bunch of jumbled garble. But on my side of the screen, hold on one second. On my side of the screen, it's very telling. So, if you don't remember, back in 2019, early 2020, I'm going to do my hair while we talk. Kevin Hart had a X tape released, okay? Please don't say the full word in the chat. You know what an X tape is. An X tape. So he had an X tape released and he had accused his friend JT Action Jackson of releasing it as an extortion tactic. JT, crazy enough, was charged and investigated and won. That's right. He was charged with extortion and he was found not guilty by federal prosecutors. Then Montia Savage, the lady who, the other participant in the X tape, sued Kevin and Action Jackson for releasing the tape. JT Jackson filed a motion to be removed from the case since he won the federal prosecution. It was like, hey, I had nothing to do with it at the criminal level. I darn sure don't have anything to do with it at the civil level. So the judge obliged and takes him off. Says, okay, well, the courts found you not guilty, so there's no reason for you to be on a civil case. Kevin Hart tried to remove himself from the civil case and was denied. And actually, if you can see there, he's actually going to court for a trial October 17th. So October 17th, Mrs. Montia is actually suing Kevin Hart in the Los Angeles Superior Clerk of Courts for releasing her X tape because she thinks Kevin has something to do with it. That's right. She thinks Kevin has something to do with the releasing of her X tape. And so she's suing him for damages. Now, according to Montia, she alleges that Kevin did it to build his notoriety as a comedian and to propel himself as a celebrity. So she thinks he had ulterior motives to do so. That's what she said. That's what she's alleging. Her attorney, of course, is Gloria Allred. So you already know how that's going to go. Okay? You already know how that's going to go. So either before October 17th, Kevin is either going to settle with this woman out of court, or he's going to go all the way to trial and she's going to probably be able to prove that he released that X tape. Just pay her. That's what I'm saying. Just pay the poor woman. You know, you done used her and abused her. According to notes from JT, he stated that Kevin flew her out to Las Vegas where that tape was made. So Kevin, and if you saw the X tape, I encourage you to go on Twitter. It's on Twitter. Go to Twitter and look at it. Smash that like button when you enter. And go look at it. The phone is propped up in such a weird position. It's propped up in such a weird position. You could tell Kevin knows it's there. You can tell he knows. I think he did it. I think he's a disgusting monster, if you ask me. I think he is. I think he's the one who released it because I believe what she says. I believe Montia. I'm going to read you some excerpts from Newsweek, okay? Yes, I'm straightening my hair, or twisting my hair. Aren't we family here? Hold on one second. I'm going to read you the article. It says, this is from Newsweek. It says Kevin Hart's X tape is going to trial. It says the lawsuit involving Kevin Hart, the comedian, in his 2017 X tape, will go to trial after his motion for summary judgment was denied. Montia Savage, I think that's how you pronounce her name, is suing Hart, alleging he was aware that their encounter in Las Vegas hotel room was being secretly filmed and that he himself used the scandal to publicly promote his career. That is what she is alleging. He knew it. He set it up. And he's using it. He used it to promote his own personal career. April said, just doing hair and reporting the tea. Gotta love it. I just got this tea today, so I wanted to report it firsthand. But yes, so here, the Los Angeles County Superior Court, I paid $1 for it because I got an account with them. Because you'd be shocked at how many celebrity cases go through the Superior Court. Them in Fulton County. So them in Fulton County, you got to have an account there to pay for these dockets because honey child, there's just so much tea. So yes, so Kevin's motion got denied. They're going to court October 17th. We're going to be watching that case very closely. I think, here's my theory, okay, allegedly. It's all alleged. Oh, I didn't get enough water here. You see how puffy it is? That's okay. I think Kevin said it was his best friend because obviously he wasn't gonna say it was him. I think Kevin said it was JT because JT is his friend, and it was just easier to throw JT under the bus. But the problem is that JT, he didn't get no bread for it. You know what I mean? Like he did with allegedly Adam for that car accident, pay that man allegedly $4 million to take the fall for that car accident, because at the time he was shooting Jumanji and he didn't need a DUI because Jumanji was shot in Canada, and you cannot enter into Canada with a DUI on your record. So that's why Kevin did it. That's why Kevin allegedly paid that man to take the fall for that car accident, because he was shooting Jumanji at the time and he couldn't take another DUI. So no, I totally think that Kevin did the same thing to his friend JT, except JT wasn't aware of the situation. JT did not get any money on it, and Kevin treated JT as though he was a casualty. Like, I would blame it on my friend. Like, your friend could have went to jail for a long time, dude, for extortion. Like, that's a federal offense. And he wouldn't even have cared that his friend went to jail for a crime he didn't commit. Thank God JT was able to win his criminal case. But it's just the fact of the matter that he even had to go through that, pay an attorney, and do all of this rigmarole. JT is suing Kevin for accusing him of that alleged X tape. So he is suing Kevin for it. Kevin stated that he was going to offer him a public apology if he was found not guilty. That public apology never actually came. Thank you, Sharon. Short man complex. You think so? This is from Queen Thomas says, nosy bystander, love how authentic you are. Thank you. Many of us can learn from you. Oh, well, thank you. Please don't learn from me. I've got nothing to teach. Just kidding. I appreciate that though. Thank you. Courtney Johnson says, all this just reminds me of Kevin's bit about having his best friend lie for him. Mm-hmm. Kevin ain't based off the stuff I keep reading about him, he just ain't no good. Like, he just needs to stop. You know what I mean? Like, you really out here like trying to frame your friend for a crime he clearly was found not guilty of and did not commit. You know what I mean? Ruin your friend's career, because now he looks like a snake. He looks like a snake in Hollywood. People think that, he can't be trusted. You've tarnished JT Action Jackson's credibility as a comedian. So he probably got blackballed everywhere after this case dropped. Veronica said tons of scumbags at the top, tons. Charcoal, is it charcoal? Charcola says, is your hair relaxed naturally straight like that, or you just blow dry it? Oh, my hair is relaxed, but it's not straight. My hair is, here's the tip to relaxing your hair and maintaining and being able to maintain a curl, because once these come out, it'll curl. Like, my hair curls. You only leave it in for 10 minutes, 7 to 10 minutes. You don't leave it in where it starts to burn. And the key is to not work it in. So you know how like back in the day when our mom would put a relaxer on her hair and then they would work it in and it had it bone straight. So when you washed it out, it was bone straight. I don't do that. I just put it on my roots. Like, I probably need a touch up in about like, I don't know. Let's see how far I can go. I probably need a touch up soon, but I just put it on the roots, like maybe this much for 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes, maybe like 7 minutes. And then I rinse it out. So all it does is just take my 4C hair and just make the wave just a tiny bit softer and easier to go through. That's all. Child, I'm late. No, you're not. Just start from the beginning. This is a live video, so you can actually rewind it and play it back, so you haven't missed anything. We're discussing, if you just joined us, we're talking about Kevin Hart trying to file a motion to have himself removed off of the civil suit from his ex-lover, Mantia Sabaj, who was suing him for releasing their X tape. Mantia's claim is that Kevin released the tape himself to propel his career. Essentially, he released the tape himself to propel his career. That's what she's claiming. That's why he did it. So that's her claim. Like, he did it so he could boost his career at her expense. You know what I mean? So that's what she's claiming. I believe her. Francis says, Kevin don't know how to be a friend. No, child, he don't know how to be a husband either. Okay, let's just be realistic. Kevin don't know how to be a husband either. Okay, like, if you want to get down to the nitty-gritty. Now, I don't know, because I ain't had too many husbands in my life, but by the way he be acting and cheating on Aniko, I think that's how you pronounce her name, Aniko, the way he be cheating on her, child, like, you better off single. You know what I mean? You better off single than having to deal with him. So yeah. You said you don't need those chemicals, girl. Yes, I do. I do actually. I do need the chemicals. Kemi says, "I'm twisting my hair now, watching you twist your hair, girl." But I'm doing all the talking. Tarnisha says, "Was this the same tape that was released when his wife was?" Yes, girl, that tape. That tape, Tarnisha, the same tape that was released when Anika was pregnant with their first or second child. Remember? And then he had her doing that Netflix special talking about it. How degrading. How degrading. And then tried to spin it out and say that it was his friend. Kevin, man, if you don't go sit down before I sit you down. Just trifling. How you gonna do your own people like that? How you gonna do your own people like that? You said any oils added to your hair? Oh, no, just this is just conditioner. Really expensive conditioner. I can't remember which one. I forgot the name of it. And water. You said, girl, you said that girl got Gloria? Yes. She got Gloria all red. So you already know she gonna get a check. It's a done deal. He gonna cash her out for real. I should have did this earlier, y'all. My apologies. But once we're done, we'll be done. This is from Stephanie Buchanan. Hello, Stephanie. Stephanie says she might as well. She got baby number 1 and 2, aka check and checkmate. That's true. I don't know if I would let him on top of me. He doesn't seem. I mean, Kevin. I ain't gonna lie to you. Kevin Hart is very handsome. He's just so short. I don't know if I can get past his height. I don't know if I could. I'm not one of those kind of girls be like, oh, height doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. It's just that, like, how short, if I was short, it wouldn't matter. You know what I mean? If I was short, it would matter, but because I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, he has to be tall, but I'm tall, so it just doesn't look, you know what I mean? We ain't gonna match. What's up, Socialite Simone? Dion says, I bet his first is glad she's his ex. Heck yeah. I know she happy he left her, honey. Just like Dwayne Wade. But Dwayne Wade deserves Gabrielle Union because she's just as awful too. I don't know. I don't like her. I don't like Gabrielle Union. I'm just gonna say it. I don't like her at all. I honestly, genuinely believe she's a homewrecker. That's all I can see her as. And every time she's in a movie, what she play? A homewrecker. Or do she not? Right? Am I right or am I wrong? Every time she's in a movie, she always plays a homewrecker. I'm like, damn girl, if the shoe fit. Just saying. Like, damn girl, if the shoe fit. Okay, you telling us who you really is. Okay, we got you. We got you. Homewrecker, got you. Her and Alicia Keys. They both. I see them as the same. To me, they're one and the same. They're one and the same to me. I don't like either of them. As soon as Alicia Keys stole that woman's man, I stopped listening to all her music. I don't listen to none of it. I can't even look at her the same. You know what I mean? Just awful. Like, girl, how you gonna steal somebody's man? It ain't that hard. You know how easy it is to get a man when you're rich? Do what Kelly Rowland did, girl. Go overseas and get you a Saudi prince or something, you know? There's plenty of them. This is from Millie Nell says, how about Alicia Keys? Child, we talk about her now. This is from, R. Allen says, always have an ex with people in every role she played. That's what I'm saying. Queen Thomas says, you're not alone. Alicia Keys was the ultimate. She was the first. She was the very, very first. Sorry, I use the towel to like damp it out. Could be so wet. I'm gonna be like gonna drip all over me. Danielle says, or Mean Girl. Yeah. Delightful. Hey, Delightful says, I love Gabrielle Union. Do you? You probably wouldn't like her as much if you knew like her real story. She just seemed like a terrible person. Stephanie says, whose man did Gabby steal? Girl, she stole Wayne Wade. He was married. He was married to his first wife when Gabrielle Union started dating him. He wasn't divorced. He was married. A lot of people don't know that. And she's just not a good actress, dude. She's like terrible. She's like, she can't convince me she has a personality. I just don't believe it. She's just so talentless. You know, we should have stopped giving her accolades years ago. She's just so corny to me. She's like a cornball to me. Aside from the cheating or being a homewrecker. This is from Stephanie said, I'm sorry, Judy. Judy said, they fail to realize what they foe with you, they will do it to you. That's right. Danielle said, exactly. Then they bullied her. Right. And then they stole custody of her kids. I don't know if you know this or not, but Dwayne Wade's first wife does not have custody of her children. She can't even see them. After Dwayne Wade built her mama a church, his first wife is a pastor, and Dwayne Wade built her first mom a church because she's a pastor, right? That's what you should do. Then told the court she was crazy, told the courts his first wife was crazy, locked her out of all her money that she was rightfully owed after being married to him for like 15 years, and told the court she was crazy, so she doesn't even see her children. So she has no concept of her children, their lives, any interscope, nothing. These people are demented. Okay. And Dwayne Wade didn't do it so he can, you know, he did it so he didn't have to pay child support or alimony, you know. These people are sick, okay? Trust me, they're all a dime a dozen. I see them all the time. I watch it all the time. Swiss Beats and Alicia bullied his wife too. Yeah, because they're terrible. Because these women don't know how to, like, if you, like, I don't want a man that bad. I don't want no man that bad. I do not want a man that bad, honey. I do not want a man that bad. Or I got to bully a woman to leave him alone. If you want him, you can have him. Okay, leave me alone. These men be making you really want to stay single. Like, they be making me think twice about procreation and like letting these men touch me, because I just be like, get away from me. Get away from me. Carla says, I thought his ex crackhead mother was the preacher. She is. His ex's mother was the preacher. That's what I said. The ex's mother, his mother-in-law. Let's just say he bought his mother-in-law a church. Ternisha says Steve Harvey too. Child, let's not even get into Steve Harvey. Just don't forget Ludacris. Ludacris did that too. Veronica says, then Alicia made that dedicated to his kids. So, changing subjects about degenerate women. Have you guys all had a chance to listen to Brandon Coleman's interview? Part 1. Thank you, Julinda. Thank you. If you haven't had a chance to listen to it, it's posted now. I encourage you to go listen to it. I want to hear your thoughts. If you have not listened to it, please go listen to it and come back. Remember, before you go and listen to it, mark the time. It's 23 minutes in. So when you come back, you'll be able to start right where you left off. So, and when you enter, just smash the like button, please. It's 185 of you in the building. We can't get 100 likes. Not for the people watching us on their home television. I understand you. I don't know if you can like it on your TV, but if you can, please pick up the remote. We're 31 followers away from hitting 14,000 this weekend. That's a triumph. That's a triumph. I'm proud of us, you guys. We are some real nosy bystanders. We are some real nosy bystanders. So I'm very proud of us. Thank you, you guys. Thank you. This from Margaret. Hey, Margaret says, you can like it on your TV. Click the 3 dots. Thank you, Margaret. Not Margaret getting y'all together on TV. She said, like it on the TV. No, I didn't even know how to. I didn't even know how to. I'm sure I could turn it on my TV. It just would be a weird echo, but not Margaret getting y'all together. She said, hit the three dots. Okay, thank you, Margaret. This is from Simone. You said that was fast. Come twist my hair, girl. I've seen your hair, Simone. That's a big fat no. You got way too much hair. Kim Johnson said interview was amazing. Thank you. There's 3 parts to it. It's a detailed interview. I have to, obviously, for his legal reasons. There's lots of parts, you guys, I have to take out for legal reasons. Jasmine Hicks said, yes, so who is his lawyer? Why he sounds confused and like, okay, so y'all got lots of questions. I'm here for it. Okay, so one, I'm not obviously not going to reveal to you who his attorney is for his, again, for his legal defense. So he doesn't sound confused. He has to word himself in a certain way because it's his case. All of our calls are recorded through the jail. So the jail got a copy of them. So he's probably just trying to be private because the prosecution can take those jailhouse calls and they can use them. Okay. So he has to be very, very careful about what he says. This is from Karen. Karen says karma's a B word. You can't swear, Karen. Unfortunately, YouTube will block, they will censor your comment. So try to find another word. Karma is a dog, I guess. You said, so it does not matter how long it takes, it's gonna come back full circle. They all have low self-esteem. On that note, Brandon is covering up because he fears the Jakes family. You think he does? Do you think, is that what you got? Is that the tone you got out of his video, that he fears them, the Jakes? I'll put up his picture so we know so when the people walk into the building, they know who we're discussing. Hold on one second. Let me see. Is this the one I want? Yes. I hate this. It's gonna cut off half my forehead. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Sorry. Hold on. Come on, just one click. There we go. Okay. This is from Chrissy. Chrissy says, yes, he know how they can take those babies. He knows what they're capable of. That's very true. Tarnisha says he sounded hurt and sad and confused. I'm sure he's still in a state of shock. Honestly, interviewing him, I honestly felt like he was in a total state of shock. I mean, imagine living life just regular, degular, and then the next thing you're in a county jail. It's like, how do you wrap your brain around being in county jail? No matter if you're guilty or not, right? How do you even wrap your brain around it now? I'm not saying this about him, but there are some menaces to society who they don't care if they're in county jail. They're like, oh, I'm just in jail. But for some people like Brandon, who's never been to jail, right? Imagine how your life is just turned upside down based off of allegations being brought against you. If you listen to the if you listen to the conversation, you understand that I had referenced a voice recording that was sent to him. Do I reference it? And I asked him who sent it to him, and he said he had people helping him collect evidence, right? So he does have a number of people working on his side to help collect evidence in his case. So he does seem to have a lot of people surrounding him, helping to exonerate his name. So many questions. Okay. This is from She's Brown Like Me, says, I went over to Tanik's channel on this, and he said that Brandon need to get Johnny Cochran as his lawyer. Johnny Cochran's dead. Girl, I left the room laughing. He knows Johnny Cochran's deceased, right? Brenna Love, hey Brenna, says, I also think he knows who has SA'd that baby girl. Now, he did claim that he adopted her at 3 years old, and the adoption agency that they had went through stated that she had prior allegations from, I guess, from where she came from. That's according to him, right? And those, again, those are alleged. So he said that they, through therapy and stuff, they were working through it because, yeah, if a child goes through that, if anyone goes through that, they would need therapy and some time of healing. But it has brought about a lot of other personality changes in her that he and Cora found a bit concerning. Hello, Taurus season. The Queen V3 says, yeah, but he backtracked and said it's just him. But I hope. Oh, the comments are going so fast. Hold on. Oh, I might have missed your comment. V3, I'm sorry. I don't know where it is. Um, oh, you deleted it. Okay. This is from Dion. Diana. Diana said, "Was he saying that his daughter is the one who got the charges against him? Did he actually say my dad this this to me? Did he actually say my dad? My dad? What? Can you rephrase that?" Karen says he says the daughter brought the charges against him, but I think he must have been guilty in some way for them to lock him up. You do realize that going to jail is not a conviction. You go to jail before you go to prison. So everyone is entitled to a trial. So you can't go to you can't you can be in jail and be innocent. Okay, you can be in jail and be guilty, but being locked up doesn't predicate your guilt or innocence. Trial does. That's why the Constitution affords us the right to a regular trial or speedy one. So trial determines guilt or innocence, not jail. I just want to make sure that's abundantly clear. Okay. This is from Life of Kiki said, every time you post, people share your stuff and won't they get their own stuff? Who posted it? Not that I care, but I'm curious. This is from Mrs. Tuffy said, snacking on this thin crust pizza and wing. Ooh, child. I wish I could. I gotta fit into a dress. So I have to eat like a bird, essentially. Stephanie 614 says, "Oh, that's she's brown like me." Kimberly says, "The nativity was the nativity, right? How naive you was. I don't know why I can't pronounce it. It was like Brandon couldn't fathom betrayal. I got that too. I did. I got that a lot. That he could not fathom he was being betrayed. So much so that he just didn't accept it. I mean, I brought it up a few times. Like, do you think this is a conspiracy? Do you think this is a setup? I tried to word it as differently as I could. Essentially, he wasn't receptive to it because, again, your brain, the hippocampus, right? I'm not a neuropsychologist, nor do I pretend to be one, but typically your hippocampus has to come to terms with that before it will allow your brain to explore those other ideas. Like, this could be a conspiracy. So his hippocampus isn't quite there yet. This is from D-Town Buck says, I'm confused. Why is he locked up on accusations? Weird, but okay. Okay, D-Town Buck, I know that you're probably being serious. You probably may not be from America, so I can explain to you how our legal system works. If you are charged with a crime, okay, so what happens is you are charged with a crime. That crime goes before you are charged with a crime, and then that, I suppose, that indictment, right, the crime essentially goes to the sheriff. The sheriff picks you up. Then you go sit in jail until your bond hearing. If you can post your bond, well, you're free. And if you can't, then you sit in jail until your trial date. That's how that works. So I don't know if you're from here or not. Toya says, I'm glad he said Michelle should get her child back. Me too. Me too. He said if a mother wants to be with her child, then they have every right to be with their child. Yes. This is from Carla says, if these people, the Jakes, are framing Brandon, allegedly, it's going to shine a new light on the Potter's house and Christians in general. This is not godlike at all. I agree. You said, girl, I'm from Dallas. Oh, so you know then, D-Town. So you should know how the legal system works. If you can't post bond, it just means you just can't post bond. you know. Life of Kiki said, "Did you ask if he is the biological father?" I would never ask him that because he's not. You guys, I would never ask him anything that's silly because he's not. He's not. Michelle Loud actually did a live Facebook and revealed who Jason's father is. She doesn't have to, because if Jason's father, biological father, doesn't want anything to do with her or Jason, then it's not her duty to bring him along. You understand what I mean? Like, it's not her duty to include him in what she's doing or what she's advocating for her son. He clearly made that choice a long time ago, and that's between him and God. This is from Latasha. Latasha said, but there are videos of him allegedly being used for evidence. So how would that explain a setup? What do you mean being used for evidence? Can you explain what that means? Tani said, what lost me is he keeps saying that the case is still being investigated. How can they arrest you before the investigation is over? The investigation is never over. So the way that a case works, I feel like, I don't know. Y'all should know how a case works, and maybe you guys don't, or maybe you guys aren't familiar with the legal system. But the investigation never closes until there's a conviction. So the police are still actively investigating cases. They will still actively go out and talk to witnesses. They will still actively go out and talk and gather evidence because they work for the prosecution. So the case is still always constantly being investigated all the time. It doesn't stop. It does not stop until you actually get convicted. Even in trial, the prosecutor is still investigating your case. Witnesses can come forward all the time. Sometimes even in the middle of trial, the prosecutor could be in their office and someone's like, I was there. He's like, okay, well, please come in and sit down with me. So cases are constantly, no case on the face of the planet ever in the US legal system has ever stopped their investigation mid case. It always stops at the conviction. Always. So until the jury says, we, the jury, here in the Commonwealth of blah, 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 find so and so, blah, that's when the investigation is officially closed. Okay. Yeah, I think someone said, I think y'all watching too much TV. Taurus season says, I think the whole chat been drinking tonight. I think y'all have been too. Denise says, allegedly there's a video of Brandon going through some child's window to essay her. What? What? Toya Smith says, no, with SA cases, they must have enough evidence to charge you. It not lock up first. No, that's not how. I'm talking about how the legal system works. Okay, I'm telling you how the legal system works. Chick Me says, and if someone is innocent yet gets convicted, your lawyer still investigates to get you out. Correct. The investigation don't never stop. Sometimes even closed cases can be opened. She's Brown Like Me says, look at how much discovery is still coming with the Trumps. Correct. Veronica says, when they pick you up, they have enough evidence to charge you. The DA then tells the cops to get more evidence so they can make the charges stick. That's why they collect evidence until judgment is passed. Correct. They just continue. They don't stop. They just don't stop. He says, Steph, a friend of Cora's stated Brandon was fooling around with Michelle. Who's the friend of Cora's? This is why people keep saying this. Who's the friend? D-Town says, wait, if many investigations, people are not arrested unless it's evidence. Do you know how many people get arrested with no evidence? Every single county is different. Some prosecutors have to have a grand jury and issue an indictment. Some counties you don't. Sometimes the prosecutor be like, I think I'll charge him. So every county, you guys, is different. Some people sit before a grand jury, some don't. Sometimes the prosecutor just be like, I think there's enough. And if there's not, well, by the time we get to trial, the evidence should come forward. Every single county is different. Because someone is in jail does not make them guilty. A conviction must be issued for that person to be able to pass judgment. That's how judgment works, right? That's how everything works. You have to get out of your brain that because someone is in jail, they're automatically guilty. That's bias. That's the biggest bias that you could ever have, because you look at people as though they're criminals. So if you get a speeding ticket, does that make you a criminal? Would you want that label to follow you wherever you went? Yeah, one speeding ticket one time when you were 16. You're a criminal and you shouldn't get employment because you committed a criminal offense and you paid a criminal fine and you went to court and they issued you a ticket, a summons, something, and placed judgment on you and you paid it. You're a criminal. You should never be able to work ever again for the rest of your life because of that one speeding ticket, which was a criminal act. Could you imagine that kind of label? You're like, wow, it was a speeding ticket. Jesus Christ, I didn't hit a kid. I simply was just speeding because I have a lead foot. So think about that when you're trying to pass judgment on people in jail. Because you can go to jail for speeding tickets. Does that make you a criminal if you've never killed anyone? You just probably ran a stop sign, probably went 10 over the speed limit, but you did it a number of times where it landed you in jail. Would you consider that person a criminal who deserves to be with other criminals? You probably wouldn't. You'd be like, come on, there's some offenses that are just, they take it too far. So kind of get that notion out of your head, because again, jail is just a placeholder when you can't afford bond. It doesn't necessitate guilt. Because if you've been to jail for tickets and you couldn't post your bond, then you deserve to be there because you're a filthy, disgusting criminal. You probably would be like, Steph, why would you say that? Exactly. That'd be probably one of the worst things someone could say to you. You're like, I just couldn't afford the bond. I just had to wait till I got in front of the judge, let him know I would take community service, and I was able to go home the next day. But you would hate that notion, right? So think about that when you're saying, well, so there was evidence. That's why you're in jail. Yeah, there was evidence you kept speeding. So that's why you're in jail. So be mindful about how you label people simply just being in jail before they even got convicted. You're just labeling someone. You're guilty because you're in jail. Plenty of people in jail who aren't guilty. Plenty of people in jail who haven't gone to trial yet. Exactly. Innocent until proven guilty. So I'm just like, be mindful about how you speak, because that's how your brain works. That's how your brain labels people. And that's bias. That's bias. It's very much prejudice. It's a prejudiced notion of thinking that if someone is in county jail, they're instantly a criminal. Because it could happen to you, and you would hate for someone to label you like that. You're like, I haven't even gone in front of a judge and everyone's calling me a criminal. I haven't even had my day in court and I'm being labeled a criminal. I'm just simply in jail because I couldn't post bond. Think about that for a second. This from Latasha says, I don't understand how he could afford his bond. It was at $150,000. That should be nothing to him. I would tell you why, but I can't. I would tell you why he couldn't post it, but I can't, because it's not my tea to tell. Let's say that. Veronica Pierce said, prison is for the judge. Jail is for poor people that can't afford to get out until their trial. Correct. That's correct. What is part 2 dropping? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Someone in the chat said that somebody was reposting that video of Brandon. I want to know who's reposting it. I'm just curious. Can I be curious? Can y'all just tell me? Yes. What was I gonna say? I think he froze his account. It's Cookie says, well said, Steph. Thank you for explaining. You're very welcome. I'm just saying, like, we already live in a harsh society, and just the way that our society has raised us and taught us, like, you instantly hear jail, you just think dirty, filthy, disgusting criminal, and and you just kind of put people in this block, and it's like, no, every case, according to how a just society would look at it, every case should be dissected, because no two cases are alike. April Bibbs says, you could be nosy too. I am kind of nosy. This is from Modern Chocolate Christians, said, Cantrice Cocktails posted, but she mentioned you. Who's Cantrice Cocktails? Oh, thank you, Cantrice. This is from Judy Long, says, did you ask Brandon if he has any idea of what is on the video and photos that have been introduced? No, I did not. Cocktail hour with Cantrice. Oh, neato. Tourist season said, also, sometimes you can be high flight risk, so they freeze accounts. Yeah. I don't know you guys, but uh the story is definitely interesting. The story definitely is interesting. But I'm probably gonna get out of here right now. It's Friday. And my hair's gonna dry soon. And what if I want to go get cocktails? So I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you again for listening to the Nosy Bystanders Live. Smash the like button on your way in or your way out. We'll be back tomorrow for a mid-roll show. That's how we prepare for the show. I'm gonna give you guys a nice little speech on your exit out. Don't leave yet. Let me give you guys a nice little speech on how this show is funded. Okay. And my lighting is good too. So let me give you guys a nice little, a nice little speech on how our funding goes. Okay. So I don't, there simply will never be a Cash App posted behind me. Okay. So we don't crowdsource like that. We do sell merch. We appreciate all the nosy bystanders who bought merch and then modified their merch, which we love. Modify your merch. Okay. Don't be afraid to distress it or add your own insignia. Okay. So our channel gets, I see y'all leaving. Y'all better slide back in here, Negroes. So our channel is funded in part really by YouTube. It is our biggest funding platform. And so it really does help propel the show. Now, our funding allows us to maintain accounts at the Superior County Clerk of Courts, the Fulton County Clerk of Courts, and all these other uh, courts where we can pay for those documents so that way we can deliver the tea to you, right? I.e., that Kevin Hart document I have to pay for, right? So that goes into funding that, but that funding comes from here, right here on YouTube. So and so does putting money on my call thing so I can call him. So that money comes from there too, because I have to pay to call him. So that is how we fund our show. Just smashing the like button funds our show. Watching our videos through, even just playing them, it funds our show. And then just being here, right? We don't have to and buying our merch. So you don't have to do anything but just be a participant and watch and listen. But smashing that like button really helps. It's not, I promise you, I don't say it for fun. I don't spam the comment section for fun. I'm doing it so that way we can organically fund our show so you guys don't have to. If you want to buy merch from us, we appreciate that. We always make sure your orders go out just in time, you know. And so we do that because we want you guys to be able to represent that you're a nosy bystander. But just smashing the like button literally is the freest thing you could do, and it does help fund our show. If we can't fund our show, I can't deliver it to you. Okay. You don't Cash App us because we don't publish our Cash App. Our Cash App is only used for vendors that we buy and sell from for our show. And so we do that so that way we can deliver the show to you for free. Okay, that's what we do. So we can deliver it to you for free. So you don't have to do anything but smash the like button. The like button is the easiest, freest way you can fund our show. And we highly appreciate that. And we really appreciate it. And thank you, Lachey, for that super chat. We appreciate that. That'll just go on my account at the Fulton County Clerk of Court so we can buy more documents for Young Thug and Gunna's case. Okay. But I appreciate that, you guys. So I'm going to get out of here. You get out of here. Have a good night. It's the weekend. We'll be back tomorrow for some more nosy tea. We're going to go and tomorrow we're going to break down that Brandon Coleman video and really get down to the nitty gritty of what was being said and our analysis. I've never actually analyzed his video, so we're going to do it for the first time tomorrow. We are going to be live on Facebook for the first time on Sunday, so be sure to welcome us to Facebook. I appreciate that. So you guys have a good evening. Thank you again for joining the show, listening to me ramble and doing my hair. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay. Have a good weekend. Nosy bystanders. And buy our merch. I think I'm going to lower the price on it low key. I should. Yeah, I might. Okay, you guys have a good evening. We really appreciate that. Okay. So take care. Okay. Bye-bye.